The US presidential election is an important event not only for Americans but for the world. That's because they affect the dollar and its growth or value fall of shares for world companies. The stock market depends directly on the candidates from political parties, their statements, the rate, as well as the percentage of confidence among the population. Unlike many other countries, the US political system is dominated by only two parties, Republicans and Democrats, so the future president always belongs to one of them. The gap between the candidates for many years is very small, so the elections this year will be just as fierce. Such a confrontation has never made elections predictable. This year, the post of head of state will be fought. The Republican nominee, the conservative US political party and current President Donald Trump, who hopes to secure another 4 years in office. The Democratic nominee for the liberal US political party is Joe Biden, an experienced politician known for his 8-year tenure as a vice president under Barack Obama. This large-scale event will affect the situation in the market, and struggle of candidates will only increase the fluctuations of stock indices. To date, experts believe that the shares of many companies as well as the US dollar can significantly sag. The reason for this is Trump's statement on the possible postponement on the vote, the pandemic of the coronavirus and its possible second wave, Black Lives Matter protest movements across the country. However, during the elections in the United States, the dollar, as well as the shares of companies on the market, grew within 100 days after the announcement of the results. If a Democrat wins by 4% and a Republican wins by 2%, Biden's victory could provide company stocks with unconditional growth, but if Trump wins after just a few months, they can also expect to rise. Donald Trump is today focusing on the crisis that the United States has overtaken during the coronavirus pandemic. Now, experts predict his defeat due to some careless statements, but he can win at the last moment, as it was in 2016. If Republican Trump wins, the following assets could be in the positive. Shares of technology companies, for example, quotes Facebook, Google and Amazon that grew around 70% after Trump's victory in 2016. ExxonMobil oil company shares because Trump is skeptical about climate change. Joseph Biden, on the other hand, is going to raise income tax for the rich, as opposite to Trump's tax cuts for the part of the population in 2016. This could have a negative impact on the country's economy. By 2050, it is set to achieve zero emission thanks to green policies. Biden is also going to mend relations with Europe, which under Trump have become as tense as possible. If Democrat Biden wins, following shares might grow. Tesla shares because the early campaigner, Democrat Bernie Sanders, was focusing on green technology. Companies that run affordable healthcare programs, such as the iShares U Investment as Healthcare ETF. Shares of the healthcare and pharmaceutical companies. For investors and traders, events in the US offer a unique opportunity to increase their assets. The current election will stir up the market 10 times stronger than before. The dollar index at the last election in 2016, as an example, was at the highest of all time, so the stakes will be high, as well as the chance for successful investments. The race has already begun. Follow the US election and find out who will be the next president of the country, a businessman and the current President Trump, or will the post of head of state to get an ardent Democrat, former vice president of the United States? Will you be the one to make your successful future? Can you make money at this event? Depends on you. Don't stay away, otherwise you'll have to regret the missed opportunities in few months' time. Don't put off a better life till later. Get the most out of a world-class event. Get in touch with your analyst and get a ticket to better tomorrow for yourself right now.